So we're here with Michael from Fuze. So tell us, what is Fuze about? What does Fuze do?
Yeah, that's a great question, George, and nice to meet you. So Fuze is a unified communications as a service company. We have a full cloud infrastructure that supports our customers and delivers voice, video, text, and collaboration through a set of applications that we've built for mobile, desktop, and including hardware.
And what kind of hardware is it? So there's some hardware on show. If we get a quick swivel, Paul, like this way, you can see there's like a TV looking. Well, that is a TV actually. There's a there's a TV over there. There's I think that's a Logitech webcam, like web conferencing camera.
So we have a few different angles that you can use Fuze with, right? So we've got a standard set of Android and mobile, Android and iOS applications. What you're looking at over here is what we call Fuze for Rooms. So this is replacing very expensive in-room systems for having conference room setups. Instead, you can deploy Fuze on a Mac Mini or a Windows PC, attach a small Logitech camera to the top of a large television, and you've got a conference room setup that you can use in your office. So this is what we call Fuze for Rooms.
And how do most people connect? Is it, can you log in through your phone and sort of listen in? Or is it a desktop client?
It's any of them. So you can, to any Fuze meeting, you can dial in from a straight phone number with a normal phone. You can use our mobile applications to join and do video from your phone and see screen sharing. Or you can use your laptop and use our desktop application. So any version works, including the web browser.
And is there a limit on how many people you can have in one meeting at a time? Yeah. Whether it be displaying or just in general listening in?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So we've designed Fuze to have up to 12 people with active video at one time, but you can have up to 1,000 people listening in with audio and participating.
Right.
So we limit video down to 12, but 1,000 participants. And that's something that actually we find is way more than most people even need. The average meeting that we find from our data is about 5 to 7 people.
And in terms of that sort of collaboration point of view, right? So if you are using this for video conferencing, you're most likely working on a file or showing a presentation. How does that integrate with the solution?
Yeah, that's a great question. You can screen share anything into Fuze. You could also upload things to the Fuze content storage, which is a great way to upload presentations ahead of time so that when you're talking to a customer or a client, you can just page through the presentation in the Fuze meeting and everyone sees the same thing and also can take control of the content. We also have digital whiteboarding and annotation scenarios, shared note-taking. So the space that you collaborate in is highly collaborative, even if it is completely digital.
And with it being completely digital, is there what's the best way to phrase this? One of my personal favorite features of the Surface Hubs, which is Microsoft's hardware complete solution, runs Windows, whatever. My personal favorite feature of that is when you end a meeting, you can tell it to email a presentation to all users, right? Anyone who's in this meeting, send them, this is what we produced, and send them this thing.
That's right.
Is there a similar process with Fuze?
Yeah, there is. What you can do is you can record any meeting that you're in. That also records all the whiteboarding, all the shared note-taking. And when the meeting's over and you say stop recording, you can say share, and it will automatically generate a link, password protected, and then send all of that so people can replay it. And we see a lot of folks who miss, team meetings will go and replay that, and you can even speed the replay up so you can watch it, kind of catch up on everything, and then feel up to date. Yep.
And from a messaging point of view, right? So you have the instant messaging of like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, all of these things. Where does it stand out from those? Does it have a level of integration with files you're using or awareness of your calendar?
Yeah, it has both. I think the reason that we think that our Fuze is differentiated in terms of how we think about chat is not so much the individual features. We have emojis, we have GIFs, we have all of the standard sort of features that make chat engaging. But what we really have is it's integrated with your voice and your video system, including with your presence in your calendar, so that if you and I are chatting and we need to quickly start a phone call, I can just click the call button, or if I want to show you something on camera, I can click the video button, and all of that is persisted in the same chat. And that is true on mobile, desktop, and even your hardware phone if you choose to use one with us. So we keep the voice, texting, and video very close together.
And how simple is it to start an ad hoc meeting, right? If for example, we're having a conversation, I go, oh, wait a second, we should probably be writing this all down and we should pull in someone else and we should, it's not booked, but we go, wait a second, this is actually something we should start noting down.
That's right.
What's that process like?
Yeah, it's just a few clicks. We track that actually from a metrics perspective. We try to make it so that you can start a meeting in under 5 seconds. So right now, actually, if you and I needed to meet and we were just talking remotely over a phone, I would say, hey, George, just go to fuze.me/Michael. And that's my vanity URL, and we give one of those to every user with your company name and the URL, and then both of us will be in the meeting collaborating within 5 seconds. So it's very, very fast. You could also add people, remove them, and whatnot.
And from a point of view of someone who doesn't have Fuze, right? If you're talking to a client, for example, and you gave them that vanity URL, what would be the process for them? Is there something they need to install? Would it be web-based? How does that go?
It's both, actually. And the thing you hit on is actually one of the most critical parts of a collaboration experience. Traditional collaboration tools have thought about it as it's all about internal collaboration. 55% of our usage is actually communicating with people outside your company or over the firewall. So we've made it so that when that person joins, they see a web browser experience where they can hear and talk with audio, and they can watch screen sharing, and then they can go and download the client in the background to then join for their own video and their own screen sharing. So we make a very quick experience in the browser, and then let them very quickly download the full client to have a better experience.
Perfect. So is there anything you want to say sort of directly to the people who are watching this right now, who are maybe considering checking out Fuze?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I think one of the most important parts of adopting a new unified communications experience for your company is thinking about the adoption, and it's not just about the technology. So we have wonderful technology at Fuze, but we also have a talented set of people who help you deploy it in a way that you'll actually get usage out of it. We track metrics every day to understand who's using them, and we work with our customers to drive up the engagement of the application and the actual happiness of their users with it, which I think is something that people forget is important with enterprise tools.
And where do people go to find out more? What's the website? Where's the best place to visit?
Yeah, well, if you're at the UC Expo, come by the booth, E210, I believe. But if you're online, go to www.fuze.com. You can check out our products, you can request a demo, and get in contact with someone on the team.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
Have a great
much.
show.